Well, hello, and welcome to another session of the ongoing campaign, Twilight's Dawn, an adventure tabletop role-playing game featuring Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition. I'm your Dungeon Master, Will, and today you will enjoy the role-playing of Abe, the Isomar Bloodhunter Shane, James, the Warforged Stone Sorcerer Screw, Sabrina, the Furbog Druid Ravona, and Victor, the Tiefling Ranger Loyal, and his chimp sidekick Nino. The party has recovered from their trip to the Endless Caves and is now preparing to attend the funeral of Benton Murdoch, the man who was killed in the undead raid on Furnace back in episode 2. The funeral will be held in the Elion Mission, a religious outpost dedicated to caring for the poor and the refuse and the sick inside the Pestilence Ward. The caves were a nice diversion, but now the party must deal squarely with their grief and the reality that Murdoch's killer is still on the loose. The session lasts around 3 hours, give or take, and there will be a short 10-minute break around the halfway point. New episodes are produced each week on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time for 4 weeks straight, and then there is a week's rest. We are currently on the 7th installment of the campaign. We will continue with the story for one more episode before the next break. If you need to catch up what has happened so far, there are links in the description of this video to our past sessions, and you can check us out at the YouTube channel Twilight's Dawn D&D. When we return from the break, Twilight's Dawn will be streamed from my Twitch channel, Willie B. Macking. Thank you so much for watching. The session will begin shortly.
protected.
Yeah, I got 1 point in Dex and 1 point in my ability score improvement.
Now Nino has good strength and good dex.
I think most of us took at least some sort of stat bump somewhere.
Yeah. I got strength.
I mean, Shane took a feed, but he got.
Yeah.
I took one of the ones that also gives you ability score.
Yeah, which is usually the ones that you would try and find. Like, I need this tiny stat bump and maybe some sort of frosting on top.
Because all the other stats that I need to buff are at even numbers. So.
Yeah.
All right, let's begin.
Mm-hmm.
Murdoch's funeral has come at last, and there's no further distractions or delays to keep them from mourning. Steps up, the Elion mission seem heavy as the party walks up footfall by footfall. It is one thing to lose a friend, it is another to know that this is the end, the finale. One last glimpse at Murdoch's corpse, one last survey of his reconstructed face on the pyre. Music could be heard playing softly from the atrium. The Church of Elion seems to have paid for musicians for Murdoch's passing. The party takes a deep breath, heart like lead, and pushes open the door.
Doesn't the Church of Elion hate Shane right now?
Oh yeah, they hate me, but it's a funeral.
Yeah.
So that's
So-
fine with me being there.
As
No,
you
like, no,
enter,
you get to sit in the back.
as you enter the mission's atrium and proceed through a large set of wooden double doors. Upon entering, you are struck by an austere but massive statue of a multi-pointed compass illuminated by a star behind it, the symbol of Elion the Waymaker. It is only after seeing the symbol that you realize how large the room is, and you are heartened by how many people loved Murdoch. You see people you know, people you don't. Countless faces, probably individuals who worked for Murdoch or are from around Furnace. You see Vanzar over in the corner of the room, guarded by at least 4 arbiters. He sees you and smiles. You also see something, Shane, that surprises you. Near the back sits a man you know all too well. He is a middle-aged, robust gentleman who wears a large, feathered hat. His eyes gleam with adventure, and his smile has him missing only a few teeth. He tips his hat to you, Shane, and gives you a nod, and then he resumes looking toward the altar. You know him as one of the Gang of 5, one of the leaders of the Hoarders, by the name of Frederick Carmosa. Now I will reveal that to you, sitting
It's
there.
my old boss.
Mm.
Your old boss is here. That's not awkward at all.
On the altar is a pyre where the cleaned up Murdoch lies. His eyes are closed, but his face does not show rest, as if his pain is captured on his visage. The scar where the creature's axe split Murdoch's head is sutured, but the evidence of the severe head trauma remains. Standing over Murdoch, you can see Rachel and Durin. Durin looks on the point of tears, quite uncommon for dwarves, and Rachel just stares with stone-cold eyes at her father. She looks up, and she walks up to each of you. "Thank you all for coming," she says, and she hugs each of you, and you can tell that she means it. She's going through the motions, though. Durin joins her and says, there is a row toward the front for family and good friends." He points toward a row of pews where Arthur is already sitting. What would you like to do?
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Is Screw here? Because I seem to remember him being in a few pieces at the end of the last session.
No, I repaired myself.
Oh, okay.
I had only one of
took a long
my
rest.
Yeah, the mechanics of the game allow for Screw to be reconstructed.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Although it'd probably be really awkward watching him just sit
I
there in
can-
the corner and like slowly put himself back together.
Yes.
Mending?
Screw at this point is back together. He may have a few like some
Screws loose?
scars. Yeah, screws
Yeah,
loose.
listen.
There you go. There you
I've
go.
got those unsightly like weld marks I haven't buffed out yet.
Yeah. So what do you yeah, what do you guys like to do?
Loyal's gonna ask Rachel if he'll be able to speak the eulogy that he wrote down.
She looks at you and says, well, yes, of course. There will be a time, I'm told during the service, that Shepherdess Valina will call for people who knew my father to come up and speak on his behalf. So, for sure, of course, he would have liked that. Loyal, thank you.
Loyal smiles a little bit sadly. His ears twitch a little bit, and he's like, "Well, your father has been really kind to me ever since I arrived, so it's the least that I could do would be speak in his honor." And his eyes start tearing up a little bit, and he like, I'm gonna sit next to Arthur, excuse me.
Of
And he
course. Of course. And she lets you go. What would the rest of you like to do?
The road that was designated for us in front of.
Yeah, it's near the front where Arthur is sitting. It's where family and people who counted Murdoch as personal close friends have been set apart to sit.
Yeah, I'll follow Loyal and
Okay.
I'll basically go past nod and say, I shall give your father my tribe's personal blessings later on in private, if that is all right.
Yes, of course. Of course. And Ravona, thank you for the flowers. They are
Yes.
lovely.
You're very welcome. It's the least I could do.
She
I
lets
go
you-
sit down with
Yeah.
Loyal.
Screw.
Screw's just gonna silently follow suit.
Okay.
As sound as a robot can be.
Clank.
Shane, would you like to say anything, or would you just sit down?
Shane just goes and sits down.
Okay. So all of you guys sit down. You watch across the aisle and you see what is Watch Captain Merton and another individual that you know is Justice Snyder, and I'll show his things to you now.
Oh,
And he's basically the puppet of the Hoarders. Also present, surprisingly, is Retriever Orland, who gives Shane that same inquisitive glance, a furtive brow before facing forward again. The other two give you guys accusing glances with a hint of indignation on their faces. Justice Snyder is like I said, the puppet of the Hoarders normally, but with Orland in the refuge, he has been relegated to like a title with no office. Neither he nor the Hoarders can be happy about that. And so as you take your seats, Shepherdess Felina in her robes walks out from behind the starburst compass and approaches the altar with the pyre underneath. She kneels before the altar, makes an incantation, and then ascends the steps behind a raised dais. She looks out upon those assembled and begins. Family, friends, fellow laborers, and well-wishers. We are here under the guidance of Elion to mourn for Benton Murdoch. Words cannot fully describe the horror and anguish we feel as a community as we go about this task. The undead have chosen to escape the ash haunts, where we have left them in peace, and wreak havoc on so many whose funerals and rites we have already performed. It is in these times that we need to look to Elion for answers, for strength, and for meaning to move forward. The service continues as Valina finishes her sermon, and she invites people to say a few words about Murdoch. Rachel is allowed to go first, and as she stands up there, she talks about how caring her father was, the man who reared her when her mother died. She talks about their struggles and how proud she was when her father received the scrapyard when the previous owner died unexpectedly. She talks of happy times, or as happy times as they were to be able to be found in the refuse. Then she pauses to talk of the pain of losing her father, admitting that her faith in Elion is shaken. This causes Valina to flinch a bit, but she says nothing and allows Rachel to finish. She closes with how her father had promised her something special the day of the attack, and how she would never know what that was. And then she sits down. Durin steps up next. He talks of how he met Murdoch and how he was not always fond of the man. Durin casts Murdoch as too lenient and too kind, which goes against his dwarven sentiments of harsh discipline and harsher labor. But then Durin tells a story of how Murdoch had come with a scrapload to be incinerated, and that the incinerator had become unstable, and an object had fell on Durin, trapping him. Heat bellowed to where Durin was, and he thought for sure that he was going to die, like so many others before him. Suddenly, Murdoch fought his way through the heat and the incoming flames, freed him, and then guided him to safety. After that day, he and Murdoch slowly became friends, and when he heard Murdoch would be taking over the scrapyard, he approved heartily. Durin then grows somber as he talks about the events on the day of Murdoch's death, how Furnace was attacked, how he fought his way to the scrapyard, and how he helped Murdoch take down a lot of the undead before they were pinned inside the building. There's blood and carnage everywhere, and a lot of good men and women died, many defending Murdoch. It seemed as if they would survive until the large horned creature arrived, threw him against the wall, and then he pauses and clears his throat. He continues groaning that the creature killed Murdoch, that he killed his friend. Tears flow down his cheeks, and he steps down, overwhelmed with emotion. There are others who ascend the dais. Arthur gives a few kind words, but does not wax on too long. You witness one man, one woman after another comes up to speak of how kind, good, and wonderful the man he was. It is enough to soften and sadden the heart of the strongest skeptic and the most composed stoic. Finally, you see a moment by which you may ascend to the dais and pay your respects if you wish.
Loyal's gonna go first. He goes up to the podium. He looks a little bit nervous. He's not used to talking to big crowds. He takes a deep breath and he starts. Benton Murdoch was a hard but kind man, or at least as kind as a man is allowed to be in a hole like this without being exploited. He was relatively young, but carried himself with the weight and disposition of a wise old man, which it's funny considering how physically fit he's compared to most men his age. We didn't know each other for long, because heck, I haven't been here for long, but I still consider him a dear friend in my heart. In the refuse, it doesn't matter where you're from or what you look like, but it's the content of the person that matters. and Murdoch saw something worthwhile in me. Of course, I had some good endorsement from Shane, but still, Murdoch was the type of person that made judgments of character for himself, and he still smiled and clapped me on the back and trusted me to do some jobs for him. I delivered game for him on a weekly basis, and he'd invite me under his roof to share a meal with him and Rachel, and we talk, and we'd share some jokes, and he'd treat me with kindness and respect that I wasn't used to. There's a lot of people in the refuge that deserve to die, but Benton Murdoch was not one of them. He'll be dearly missed, and I hope his soul lives on well in the upper plains.
Go ahead and roll a
Goodbye, my friend.
Oh, sorry.
Goodbye, my friend.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
A persuasion check for
Yeah.
a.
Yeah, I don't want to call I don't want to call it a performance. Sounds terrible.
Okay. Can I have advantage because I
Sure.
wrote this with my heart?
Absolutely, sure.
A second. Okay, that's an 11.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know,
That's
it's not the best speech you've ever given, but you see the people in the audience receive it very well, and as you finish, Belina walks up to you and says, "Thank you, Loyal, for your words," and you're allowed to return to your seat. You will have inspiration for that,
Yay.
for that speech, and I'll let you know. You also get an additional XP amount, but I'll let you know that later.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, did I get through to the people that matter? You know.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Rachel.
like, it was more of an extra, whether you went beyond and above line. You gave a good message. So.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. And the shepherdess Felina goes, "Would anyone else like to say a few words?" All right. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for all caring so dearly about this man who's made a difference in so many people's lives. And may Elion always guide you to the place of prosperity, of happiness, and of goodness. And as the service concludes, people begin to file out, and the spell of mourning that was cast over the crowd is for momentarily broken. People begin to get up out of their seats and return to their lives, though without Murdoch, they will be slightly different. Belina walks over to you and says, "We will be taking the pyre to the incinerator. As close friends, you are welcome and requested to attend the service." And then she walks off. There are few people who are lingering should you wish to speak with them.
Well, now that most people left, Loyal wants to go and talk to Durin and Rachel, see how they're holding up.
Okay, yeah. Durin and Rachel are near the front. Rachel's more trying to comfort Durin, as Durin is a mess right now. You know, he has tears in his eyes, his face is red. And strangely, Rachel has just been like a rock, like solid stone, hard emotions. as you approach them, they look up to you, and Rachel says, "That was very moving. My father would have been very, very honored."
Well, you and your father were one of the first people that ever trusted me here. I owed at least a small homage to him.
Well, it was beautiful, thank you. And Durin goes, "I was crying so many times. Ugh. It was just so moving. I just don't, I don't know, I don't understand." Ugh.
The light he sparked in us will never leave you.
I mean, look at him. He doesn't even look at rest.
Well, Murdoch was always a busy work.
That's not what I'm talking about, but yes, true. Look at his face, all contorted.
He's ascended beyond his body. While his body may not look at rest, I assure you his spirit is.
How do you know? How do you know?
Look into my eyes and trust.
Durin does look at your eyes, and he nods, and it seems like it calms him a bit. Well, we will be taking the body out to the incinerator, and it would be good for us to all be able to say goodbye to him one last time. So, if you all will head that way, or you could stay with the procession, it's up to you. We will slowly be walking, obviously. Ooh, ouch. But you're welcome to walk with us, or you're welcome to go ahead. It's up to you, but it would be good for all of us to be together one last time as he goes and meets Elion.
I'll walk with you. I insist.
Of course.
Likewise.
Okay.
Yes.
So finally, everybody kind of, like, there are several people who kind of grab sides of the pyre. And there is a small procession that leads towards the back of the church. As you're walking out, there, where Carmosa was sitting, Shane, there appears to be a small piece of parchment.
I shall pick it up.
All right. I will show
Explosive
you,
runes.
Shane, what it says. You have the option of sharing it or keeping it to yourself.
This is very interesting. I'm kidding, I haven't actually seen anything yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought I showed you. It should be in your journal now. Go under important notes. I'm sorry, I can't show it. I didn't want to show it to everybody.
Frederick's note?
Yes, that's it.
Yes, I have it.
Okay. So that's what's on the note. So you look at the note, read it. The procession starts to push out towards the incinerator. The journey is exhausting considering the events of the previous day. You guys are rested, but your muscles ache, and I mean, you just did escape from the caves. As you walk, you may say nothing. You may engage in small talk, or you may become lost in your own thoughts. Most of the procession is quiet, somber, and facing forward. Rachel's face continues to be polished marble, though occasional muscle twitches show that she may be cracking. Eventually, you all arrive at the incinerator. And I will show you some stuff about the incinerator, which will complete your knowledge of the refuge, I do believe.
I don't think we've been to Ash Ponds yet.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. I still have some more stuff. I haven't done those.
We've
yet.
gone there. This is the first time we've gotten there.
Alright, so you should be able to see those.
Yep.
So, as Murdoch's body is carried up the stairs to incinerator, you notice the dam that held back the flood of Rachel's tears breaks. Arthur reaches his arm around her. Durin places a hand on her shoulder. Sturdy men from the scrapyard lift Murdoch up, and they take him into this large room that houses the incinerator, and there's, little crates of scrap here and there. And they lift his body on top of this conveyor belt that's going into this very large furnace where the scrap is burned. As they rest him... Yeah, go ahead.
I want to interrupt you in the middle of it, but before they start burning him,
Sure.
Ramona would speak up and say, "Please, if I may, my tribe has their special way to send off our dearly departed. It is but a simple ritual designed to help their safely and to help the body back to the earth. That this may conflict with your religion." And I look at... I had forgot her name already.
Shepherdess Valina.
Shepherdess. Is she still there?
Yes, she is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then I'm gonna look at her as I say, "This may conflict and you're well within your rights to refuse me, but I would like to offer this as a last token of friendship, if I am allowed."
She looks at Rachel, and Rachel has tears streaming down her face at this point, and Rachel nods, and she says, I do not object.
Alright. It's nothing elaborate. I'm basically going to use the fairy fire spell to orbs, and as he is carried into the fire, Ramona is acting. Yes, it's weird for someone like her, but have any of you played World of Warcraft before?
Of course.
Yeah.
Nope.
Are you familiar with the lament of the the banshees?
I can find it on
It's like
YouTube.
a very I can something like that.
Okay.
It's a very it's a very beautiful song, and this is obviously a lot deeper than the youth. She's going to do this as Murdoch is being burned
Okay.
to send him off.
Forgive me just a second. You're cutting in and out. Maybe it's my Discord. Let me...
No, I'm getting it too.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so it's not just me. So yeah, you're
Okay,
cutting in
hang
and
on.
out a little bit.
I think it's roll 20.
Let
Okay.
me hang on. Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm.
I caught bits and pieces of that, but
Mm-hmm. Something about World of Warcraft and the lament of something.
of the
right?
Banshee, yeah.
Lament of the Banshee.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
does not sound like a nice song.
It is beautiful. I never said it's beautiful.
You're still cutting in and out.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Damn it.
Change to a push to talk, maybe.
That was to talk. I'm at voice activation now, and I'll try to mute myself whenever.
Weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
No, actually, I'm getting Discord. That my voice is connected, but only one of the 3 bars. So
Weird.
it's like I'm having.
Might be
I
internet.
don't
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that sounds like internet problems. Your ping must be high.
All right.
Yeah.
But I think I got what you were saying. So yeah, you perform this ritual, and everybody respectfully sits, quietly as you do it, and it's pretty beautiful ritual. And after you're finished, you see Rachel. She's crying a lot, but she mouths thank you to you across from dais, and Valina has been patiently waiting for you to do the ritual, and says, "We are always honored to have the rituals of the peoples that are outside of the Andosian canon minister to us. Thank you, Ravona." Okay.
Wait.
Okay, you were completely cut off.
Apologize, guys, watching the video. Ravona's, Sab's microphone's having, or internet or whatever is having some issues, so hang in there.
It happens.
Yeah. So as you finish, they begin to back away from the pyre, and the body begins to roll forward, and Valina begins to chant, "Blessed are we who live under guidance of Elion, for where there seems to be only shadows, he brings light. Where there seems to be only death, he brings life. May you find your way to him, only to realize that he has already made his way to you." And as the conveyor belt roars to life, the pyre slowly drifts toward the blazing furnace. Murdoch's body facing the flames, unmoved and unconcerned. Slowly, it rolls in. The pyre catches, starting a spectacular fire, and the body is engulfed in flames. Benton Murdoch becomes one with the ash, the soul finding Elion perhaps, or fading to nothingness. Then it happens. The flames go from bright orange to pale green. Valina is caught off guard and backs away from the fire. The crowd gasps, some of the people backing away in horror, others reaching for their weapons. A voice, gravelly and crackling, comes through the flames. "I am your salvation. I am your hope. Trust not in the gods or your weapons. Undeath is the only life. Death's grip, your only hope. Join me, for he awakens." And then the fire explodes, completely engulfing the pyre. There is an agonizing scream as it rips over the body, and then Murdoch, his form forms into some sort of spectral shape. His going from corporeal to incorporeal. He lets out a shriek, his eyes glowing a bright yellow. His face looks towards the crowd, and he prepares to attack.
Oh crap!
Oh shoot!
No!
I need everybody to roll initiative.
We're fighting against
No.
a ghost. No way.
Suddenly have a banshee.
I was up, yeah, bench.
Dang it, you summoned the
Right.
banshee.
You summoned the banshee with the song.
I did not.
Poor Ravona's probably going to think that for the rest of her life. Man.
Yep.
We brought the monkey to the funeral.
Well, he wasn't. He was being respectfully distanced away. Okay.
You brought the monkey to the funeral? What? Alright. Let me get the thing going here.
I'm gonna edit.
I know
AC.
Valina's. Oh, I know her from somewhere.
Alright, so...
Oh.
Wait, did I roll initiative for? No, I didn't. Let me roll initiative for Nina.
Why is it not? I don't understand why it doesn't
Okay.
work on here.
Wow.
He rolled well.
Alright, so that's a plus 3. Well, once again, I roll mediocre.
It's a banshee.
Uh, 12. Alright, now I need to add... Duran.
Rachel's token looks like an elf.
Yeah.
Eh.
These are all the standard monster manual tokens. So
I got you.
go figure. All right, I'm gonna add one for these commoners too. All right, so a lot of moving pieces.
Most of them running away.
Ah! Yeah.
Could have sworn I found a Google Doc that had a bunch of like alternate tokens built into it. Seeing if I can find it again.
I did too. It's just easier with the
Oh, okay.
manual. I could just drag it, and it
Gotcha.
just makes my life a whole lot simpler. Lena didn't do well. Who's next? Duran. None of these people have particularly high dexes. That's better.
I think that's probably just for distinguishing which they are, or what they...
Yeah. Excuse me. The dots. The blue dots mean it's and pink mean green, boy or girl, or male or female. The yellow dots mean neutral. Green dots mean ally. That way you don't, shoot somebody
And,
by accident.
and no dots mean
that's good.
enemy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so. He's got a pretty decent initiative. But he rolled poorly. Lovely. Good job, Arthur.
Good.
Good job, Arthur.
Not that awesome anymore, is he?
No, he is not. And then we've got.
Wonder how action economy is gonna favor us. Like it's only one banshee, ghost or something.
Who
Who
jinxed
knows?
it right now?
Who knows?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did just jinx it, so...
Uh,
Thanks,
This is the guy
Obama.
with Nat 20 initiative.
Oh gosh. Alright, so, and I know the commoners have a 0. So just boom, boom. So, wow.
Wait, Rachel has a 0 too?
No, Rachel has a 2.
Oh,
And she
dang.
rolled a 5.
This combat's gonna take a while, isn't it?
Alright, so. Okay. So, Loyal, you're up.
Okay. So Loyal is gonna draw his bow, and he's gonna try his new technique of targeting a specific organ of the enemy. So he's gonna try to shoot him in the head, and that's the
Sure.
sharpshooter.
Sure.
That's the flavor for sharpshooter. Let's roll it. Oh, I roll with advantage because I'm going first.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And that sharpshooter is always good.
Ah, dang it.
Wow. That's a miss.
Yeah, that's a miss.
You shoot off your arrow, it kind of flies through the incorporeal form of whatever is hovering over Murdoch's corpse. That's your turn. Are you gonna move?
Yeah, that's my turn. And Loyal's gonna move a little bit backwards.
Okay. Nino.
20 feet. Nino's gonna grab a rock from his rock bag that he probably replenished with rocks from the cave when he was there. Don't question it too much.
This is the incinerator. There's like chunks of metal he could throw too.
Yeah, there's plenty of scrap.
Okay, yeah. So he's gonna throw a piece of scrap. Let's see if he's close. And yeah, he is. He's gonna scream like a monkey. Ah! 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 Because he's scared of the ghost. Because of course he is. And he's gonna throw.
Jeez. Yeah.
I'm rolling bad today.
Scrap goes flying through the air again, goes through the thing's corporeal form. Is Nino moving?
Let's. He's gonna move 10 feet back.
Okay. Alright, so, you see Durin go, "Damn spectral ghost defiling Murdoch's corpse!" And he's gonna run up to the creature. And he is going to swing twice with his longsword. One hits, one does not. Let me see what his resistance is. Oh boy. Okay.
Just for clarification, is that like pyre still on fire, or is it?
The green, it became part of that green fire and then kind of like coalesced into the being. So
Okay,
it's not on fire.
It's not still on fire.
No.
Okay.
So it's okay to walk on.
Right.
Yeah, that's
correct.
That's what I was double checking.
All right, so that did not do as much damage as he had hoped. So that's always lovely. Okay, and he's gonna go. Oh, it just kind of went right through it. That's his turn. The creature now will move away. Durin will take a shot at it as it does. That does not hit, so his sword kind of flows through. The creature then will attack the guy that's standing closest to the pyre.
Oh shit.
That does hit.
Wow.
And
Commoners eat
immediately
shit.
just killed him. Just killed him dead.
Oh, wait,
It's okay, they're expendable.
Wait, did the 24 miss the Banshee thingy?
Oh, he got hit. It didn't
No.
hit as much as he thought it was going to damage him, though. But it did hit,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
So yeah, after that, it kills it, and then he's going. That was what, 10 feet of his movement, and so he's now gonna fly in the other direction, this way, towards the next unsuspecting victim.
Bad ghost.
All right, Ravona, you're up.
go, Ravona.
Right about here. So hang on. It's five feet
Okay.
radius.
Yeah, 5 feet radius, so...
You can use the Maximilian's token as a. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so 5 feet around it. All right. And
Just-
when it's its turn, it will roll.
Just have the DM put an aura on it.
And
On the-
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That works.
well,
it
yeah,
won't
but
move. Yeah, yeah.
that's okay. And we'll shout, everyone clear the building, or like civilians clear the building, and where's my shapeshift?
Smart people, run away.
Nope, it's too much.
That's way.
Try this one. Sorry.
I'll turn into
There you go.
a bear.
A bear.
All right.
Can
so
I have permission to move it?
yeah.
Can you do that?
Hold on. There's your bear.
Yay.
Oh! You're talking about the moonbeam? Yeah.
The hand.
Yeah. I'll
Yes.
do
Yeah,
that. Hold on a second.
The
I'll do
hand.
that
You
for
might as
you.
well give permissions to everybody on the hand. The hand token kinda comes and goes.
No, generic token controlled by all players. There you go. You should be able to move it now. There you go. All right, and that's your turn.
And I'll go up to. Well, it's technically. Am I face to face? Like,
You
can I, like,
step on
squeeze
top
myself a
of-
little
you
bit
can
in
step on top of the dead guy. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
or that
you're
Yeah.
right there. You're
That's
good.
fine.
is count as melee range, yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
from here. Yeah. On my turn.
Okay. Screw, you're up.
Alrighty. Well, I will I'll hop defensively here in front of Rachel and protect her in case the ghost comes this way. And then I will Witch Bolt. I will not Witch Bolt.
Yikes.
I'm rolling for shit today.
You're not the only one. All right. Yeah, the witch bolt kind of just hits the part of the incinerator next to the creature, and it.
Alright. That's all I got.
All right, Shane.
Which bolt?
Yes.
Shane needs to get off the ruler tool so he can actually move.
That would be lovely, yeah.
Shane is going to pull out his sword, and as he's in the motion of pulling out his sword, he's running forward. He's slicing his own finger, and he's going to use, as his bonus action, activate the Crimson Rite.
All right.
I'm going to use Rite of the Dawn, because this
Okay.
guy looks undead. I'm going to push past commoners, push past the bear, push past Valina, and attempt to smack this guy in the face with a longsword.
That hits.
Woo, that was a longsword.
Shit.
It does-
Damage roll though. Sorry.
Yeah, terrible damage, but
Okay,
it does
so
3 radiant against undead.
okay, so 3 radiant plus let's see,
7.
4. 4
Oh,
from
okay,
the
so it's
attack.
half
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah, so 7 total. Because your sword's not a magical weapon, though.
My
Right.
sword is not magical.
Right. Okay.
The right damage is considered magical.
Right.
Also, for
Yes.
some reason, this
Yes.
is off by 1 damage point.
Okay, so 4 damage.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
It should do 1d8 plus strength plus 2.
Okay. So yeah. All right. You hit it. It kind of hisses at you.
8 slashing, 3 radiant.
Yeah.
Assuming it's undead.
All right. So that's your turn. Priestess Valina is just shocked. Like, what is going on? And she's going to kind of move to the side over here, and she is going to cast. That's interesting. She is going to cast.
That's a weird spell I've never heard of.
Yeah, she's gonna cast. That's interesting. She's gonna cast spiritual weapon.
Oh, yeah,
So
I totally.
you see a gleaming sword appear next to the creature, and I will throw one out there. There it is. Ding! Sword. Appears outside a creature and tries to take a swipe at it. Unfortunately, it does not hit. So the sword just kind of through, and that's her turn. She is terrified of her. Rachel is going to. She has like this unsteady bow, and she's going to try to take a shot at it as well. Her hands are kind of shaking as she does it. Where's hers? Okay, yeah. So she's going to take a shot with 2 shots, actually. That hits. That hits. All right, so 1 shot, the other shot, and she says, "Die, you bastard!" That takes another good chunk of damage out of it. All right. Wow. All right. You guys are doing pretty well. That's her turn. Arthur is going to kind of back up towards the scrap over here, and he is just going to kind of hold back and hold his action. On their turns, commoners will flee in panic. That will allow him to attack it. Oof.
Oof.
And he will take, you notice that regenerative energies kind of flow through his body. Let's see, his Staver and Brawl. They don't have anything, so I'm just going to roll a d20. Yeah, make the saving throw. So that amount that was left in his body just gets sucked up into the creature, and the regenerative properties kick in. And you see it become more substantial than it was before. The other promenaders are just gonna
Like normal people should in this situation.
And that's their turn. Loyal, you're up.
Okay.
Yes.
Since Loyal, ooh, but I have sharpshooter. Half cover doesn't mean anything. So yeah, I'm gonna just shoot it. I'm just gonna shoot it normally.
Okay.
No, actually, I'm gonna mark it. Hunter's mark.
Okay.
Boom.
Oh.
Good
Yes.
idea. Its target is marked. 13 just hits.
Yeah.
So roll your
2 damage plus 5.
Okay, so you got 5, and the hunter's mark's magical damage, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so you had 6. All right.
Wouldn't it be 7? Because 5 round down to 2 plus 5, that's 7 damage. Right?
All right, 7. Yeah, so you shoot your arrows. The initial hit doesn't do much, but your hunter's mark damage kind of causes it to recoil a bit.
Good.
So that's your turn. Nino, you're up.
I believe
Nino-
Hunter's Mark is non-magical.
Is it?
It's non-magical?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. Because
Okay.
you deal an extra 1d6 damage whenever you hit it with a weapon attack, so it would technically be part of the weapon.
Yeah. So
Because it doesn't have its own damage type.
That
It's
makes
the
sense.
damage type of whatever weapon you're using,
Okay,
so it's just
so...
a better hit with that weapon.
Okay, so you'd go 10 divided by
Yeah.
by 2, and that's just 5 damage.
All right.
Anyway.
Yep. Sorry.
I actually thought it was... Well,
It's quite all right.
can't win it. Nino.
Yeah, Nino.
Nino doesn't count as a magical weapon for now. In the future he will, but not now. But he's still gonna throw scrap metal.
Okay. That hits. The kind of scrap metal kind of careens the crowd.
It's not.
Sorry. What? Okay. The scrap metal comes flying through the crowd, and over Shane's head, and kind of smacks the creature on the shoulder. It's still looking pretty corporeal, while also being incorporeal. It's a weird creature. Durin is up now. He will again try to hack at it. 23 hits. 9 does not. So he tries to...
Durin is not in melee range with him.
He was supposed to be. Like, he ran up... Oh, that's right. He has to move again. You're correct.
Yeah.
So he's going to move. There we go. Now I can.
Oh, no!
DC 14 constitution.
Yeah, he doesn't know that, but he'll make it to save, yeah. Save. Con save. He makes it.
Okay, he takes 8 radiant damage.
8? Okay. Ow! What? Oh, that burns a bit. And then he like whacks at the ref. The first hit hits. That's 2, and the other one misses. All right. Creature's still looking pretty good. The creature will now take its con save.
It
Doesn't
took
make
the
it.
16 damage from
Yay.
the first blast, right?
No, he takes it now.
Okay.
16 damage.
All right, so he takes a good chunk of damage from that. And then,
Sizzle.
yeah, he's like, hey. So he is going to look over to his right, and you see him cast some sort of incantation, and where the body of the creature of the commoner over here was, arises what looks to be like some sort of ghostly apparition.
Lovely.
Oh no, it's a lich. Or something.
There's no way it's a lich. Come on, guys.
Yeah. I just don't know what other type of undead raises undead.
I believe it's a wraith.
So out this ghost-like creature comes out. It's going to now be added to the turn wheel.
At least the one under Ravona didn't reanimate.
Yeah.
Oh, I can just sit on it.
Just like, no ghost. Bad.
Bad ghost. You don't
That's a
rise
10.
in this house.
It goes after me.
And
Are you
that'll
rolling
be
initiative
added.
for it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Summons always enter at the bottom of the initiative order.
Yeah. He's not going this round.
Okay.
He'll be in the next round.
Alright.
So he's now in queue to be in the initiative. And that's its turn. Ravona, you're up.
Be up there.
I'm using my bonus action to remove the moonbeam,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna roll it. And
Okay.
and I'm going to attack. Well, I'm going to try this,
That does not hit.
and then I'm going to try this,
That hits.
Yay!
and that's better.
Okay, so yeah, you kind of bite. It's weird. It's like there's something there, but there's not something there, and like it just takes a bit out of the creature. It's looking rough. It's starting to. All right, screw.
I will. Let's see. Where can screw fit into this mess? Is this this is the body of the incinerator. There's no like standing on that like a table, is there?
No, this is a gigantic like machine sort of thing. That's not like a table.
All right, that's what I wanted to confirm.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see then. I will scoot slightly closer and witch bolt it again. And where's my witch bolt? Oh, be zapped. I demand you to be zapped eventually.
Wait.
There we go.
Let's see. That does hit. All right. That's all magic.
So 5 zap damage.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to hurt as much as you want it to.
Oh well. I hit him now, so
All right. He's looking rough. All right, Shane.
He's turning into a dog. He's looking rough.
Rough.
All right, basic longsword. Smack him in the face. Nope.
Ouch.
That's my turn.
Okay, yep. Your longsword kind of misses him, and kind of gets. Actually, kind of like flies off towards and hits poor Durin, who has been
bonked.
assaulted by your guys' friendly fire. He'll take
Twice now.
11. I won't make him take the other damage, but he does take 11 damage from that. Let's see. Okay. No, that's 30. All right. That's your turn. Valina now will use the spiritual weapon to attack.
Go, Valina.
That hits.
That's good.
The amount of damage, it kind of goes. He's not resistant to that kind of damage. Whack! Knocks the creature towards the wall of the incinerator. Whew.
Force is the most reliable type of damage in the game.
She is still visibly trembling. Rachel's got.
She still has her action. Is she not gonna do anything?
Oh, yeah, she does have her action, right.
Yeah, spiritual weapon attack
Is a
is
bonus
action.
She's gonna.
Can she do anything?
She's going to use.
Guiding bolt.
In
going
melee
to use
range.
Guiding bolt. Oh!
Disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage.
Melee range.
That's right. You're right.
Oh shit, it's a
14
melee.
does hit though. Wow.
Well, take the first damage.
Yeah, 19 damage though.
Wow.
Wow. Priest
Okay.
MVP.
You watch as she just places her like hand out. The guiding bolt flies through her hand. The creature just and then just dissipates. Come on, guys. This was a wraith. What the heck? All right.
Didn't know it was a wraith.
All right. Anyway, so the creature dissipates. That's not it. Still another creature standing over there. Wow.
Sadly, I don't get to move my witch bolt.
Wow. Okay. I expected it to be a bit tougher than that.
To be fair, it chased 2 commoners instead of us.
Yeah,
It
that's
had
true.
a plan.
It
had a
needs
plan.
corpses to revive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had a plan.
I mean, we're a level 4 party, and a wraith is like a CR what? 6?
5 or 6?
It's
Yeah.
that's not much.
So, well, it's 2 CRs. It should be 2 CRs ahead of you, so it should be dangerous. Anyway, your party
Even
does
the
have
life drain does hurt. The life drain.
Yes.
If it had attacked us players with that life drain, that would have hurt.
Oh yeah, we'd have been the kind of toast.
Munch, munch, munch.
Okay. So, Rachel's gonna take shots at the it's gonna have like +2 cover because there's lots of people in the way. It doesn't matter. Wow, good shot. Okay, so both those hit. They've been rolling. These NBTs are rolling really good. And it is, yeah, it's also resistant to those attacks. So, wow. Okay, so 2 and then so 5. All right, so it takes 5 bit of damage here. This could be problematic. Alright, that's her turn. Arthur seems to kind of breathe a sigh of relief as the creature kind of dissipates. It's just going to stand back there. All the other people are still like, ah! Ah! Ah!
Your screams are the best screams.
Ah! Alright.
Run in terror.
Loyal, you're up.
Okay. Loyal's gonna take a step away from the commoners. Go over here. Take a clean shot at the wraith.
Okay.
He's gonna try for sharpshooter again. He's gonna see if he can make it work at least once. Oh!
Is that with the -5?
That's with the -5. Yeah, I rolled a 19.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's like clean.
That hits, and well, it doesn't quite kill it. Comes
Yeah, it's 11 damage.
stupidly close, so.
Well, if it's stupidly close, you could make me kill him.
All right, so stupidly close. All right, that's.
Well, you didn't
We're
say you
gonna
were
kill
moving
the
the
Nino.
hunter's mark.
Oh.
Okay, Nino is gonna actually run up to the ghost thing and he's gonna punch it.
Oh
Okay.
god.
All right, do it.
I want to touch the
Nice.
ghost monster.
Yeah, Nino is curious now. He wants to feel what a ghost is like.
Curious George, bad monkey.
Oh,
Oh
all right.
god.
That hits, and with that punch, you just punch right. You know, just punches right through the spectral form, and it just goes. That is the most disappointing combat I have ever had in my life.
Yeah.
Give us another another wraith or two.
No,
then
I
let's
can't do
fight.
that. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let me get rid of all my.
Now we put Murdoch back on his pyre and send him through again.
Action economy is a bit of I can't say it because
As you guys defeat the wraith of Murdoch and the creature next to it, and it turns to ash, you hear, "There is no hope without death. You will join me, or you will perish." He awakens. And then the fires of the furnace snap back red.
Well, that was interesting.
And
So
Rachel,
say,
Nope.
and Rachel comes running up and says, "You find the bastard who did this, who would not even let my father rest in peace. You find them and you send their undead ass straight to the Nine Hills. You hear me? Promise me you will."
That's so inappropriate.
She does not grab Ravona, who's currently in bear form.
Yeah.
Okay, who did she grab?
She'll grab Shane.
That's what we're planning on already. I should not be making light of this. I am sorry.
And She nods and then walks off. She goes over to Arthur, and who looks worried but hasn't kind of moved. You hear Shepherdess Valina now over to the side going, "By Elion, it cannot be true. After 500 years, it cannot be true. 500 years. I must send for the Order of the Unyielding Light. We are all in grave danger."
Do you know what
Do
that
you
face
believe
was?
me now?
Yeah, the Frabona also shifts back into her Furbolg form and said, "I did see someone."
So it
Like
really
I
is
told you.
necromancy. So it really is.
But but the church was so diligent, so thorough. How could this have happened?
Maybe they hid in that place is infinitely big.
I have to go. I have to warn the Order. Excuse me. And she runs away from the furnace. Durin comes back and says, "He awakens. He awakens.
Who is he?
Who awakens? What in the nine hells does that mean?"
I have no idea.
Oh,
Shane's probably the only one who's got a chance of history in any of that.
Or religion.
Did I read it in a book somewhere?
This?
Let's see with my plus
Sure.
0 religion.
Sure, go ahead.
Holy
That's
Whoa!
I mean, without more specifics from the creature, you can't tell. There's just a whole plethora of people it could be.
I just start listing off the names of these different demons.
Yeah.
well, let's see who could have been awakened. It could be Zelzamar, Bogan, Shitstain.
Jeffrey.
Yeah, at this, Durin just kind of looks at you and shakes his head and just walks off.
I grew up in this church.
So what does it mean indeed? And why did the creature phrase it that way? Necromancers have been absent from Andoja for 500 years. Where did this one come from? Why has he come here? More questions and less answers. The funeral is over. And when we come back from a break, you guys can decide what you're going to do next. We're going to take a 10-minute break and stop there.
Okay.
All right.
See you in a few.
Yeah. My voice should sound normal again.
Oh
But-
yeah.
Yeah, I had my uTorrent client still running.
That would do it.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
All right, we are back. So, after a somewhat underwhelming bit of combat, the final remains of Murdoch are cremated, and the service is over, and you are left to do as you please. Now, this is just a reminder. Today's in-game date is ban 11. And so, at this point, you kind of have some free time to do as you wish. So, what would you like to
Can
do?
you put us on the refuse map, please?
Sure.
Y'all want to go to the waste to try to investigate?
It's not a bad idea.
Because, well, now this is the second instance of, and this one was quite dramatic too. Hello?
Yeah, sorry, I'm thinking.
It's not a bad idea. That's what I said.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to hear input. from
No,
the
it's a good
Yeah,
idea.
James is still muted.
others. Oh yeah, he's still muted.
That would explain why I wasn't getting anything.
Congratulations, James.
I
Welcome
pulled
to the
an
party.
Abe. I pulled an Abe.
I don't know what you're talking to. Talking about. Whatever.
Okay, so you guys
So,
want to
plan is
just
to go to the wastes?
the,
that what I
you
heard?
want to casually walk into the ash haunts?
Oh yeah, the ash hunt. That's the thing.
That's what it is.
I'm
Are
not
you-
sure if casually walking into the ash haunts like this is a good idea.
Oh,
we could always
I don't
dig
want to go casually. I want to go non-casually
Okay.
in a prepared manner.
Well, that would imply we did research and figured out what the place is. Besides a haunting.
Instead of just heading there.
Yeah.
Well, if you wanted to gather information on the ash haunts, just out of character, you probably would want to check on people who perhaps have lived there before it burnt down. Maybe talk to some of the locals, things of that nature.
I say we go to Arthur.
Yeah. Arthur knows all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Arthur knows all.
he's
Alright.
not awesome for no reason.
Okay, so you guys make your way over to Skid Row to see Arthur at his awesome ditch emporium. You walk in the door, and he is just cleaning up, tidying up a bit, and he notices you come in and says, "Well, it's the weekend. We're kind of closed here, guys. I'm just kind of getting ready for tomorrow. Is there something I can do for you?"
What do you know about the ash haunts?
Okay,
That's
Batman.
Shane is suddenly Batman.
Not entirely inaccurate.
Tell me what you know.
Yeah, he looks at you guys. It's like, you guys aren't thinking about going in there, are you?
We might be.
What the hell?
And Shane
Well-
has turned into some demon creature.
Demonic Batman.
I don't know.
No, it's fine.
Well, after what happened at the furnace, I think
Yeah.
we're a little bit interested in what has been going on there.
He kind of nods and he backs up and says, "Yeah, I'm interested too, but I don't know how powerful this thing is. And I don't know if it's in the ash haunts at all. And if it is, is it a good idea to just go rummaging through there? That place is haunted with all sorts of undead."
Where else would a necromancer hide?
You got a better idea, bud?
I mean, it is. He's like, I admit that it's a great place for a necromancer to hide and to get some of his things, but he looks to the side. It's like he could easily hide in one of the caves. I mean, you guys came back from the caves recently.
Well-
If he was hiding in the caves, I'm sure there would have been more evidence of undead or creepy crawly things.
Maybe he chooses not to put the undead around those caves, or maybe you haven't been to those caves. I don't know. All I'm saying is that there's a reason we all left the ash haunts and we haven't gone back.
Well-
What information do you have about the ash haunts? Like,
I mean,
what made you all leave in the first place?
well, it's haunted, first of all. I mean, the place
Well-
burned down. Yeah, most of the people in the refuge used to live in the ash, which is now the ash haunts, and he tells you the story of how, there was a lot more centralization around that time, and at some point, a fire of some sort, or explosion, broke out inside the ash haunts, and it just swept wildly. People fled for their lives. Some people got burned. Those left behind, for some reason, became undead. They're not really clear why, but it's just it's a ghastly place.
So there are Pokemon there.
Yes.
Oh my god. Kill me.
He's like, there are buildings that are left there, but he's like, they're all burnt out husk. I mean, he could be in any of those buildings if he's there at all, and you're gonna have to fight through all sorts of undead to get there. And whatever he summoned at a Murdoch's cremation, that was no joke.
Here's the thing, Arthur. I don't think that we can sit around and do nothing.
Oh, I agree. We can't, but we need to have a little bit more time to gather up some evidence and figure out what exactly this thing wants. I'm not sure what he wants. He talked about us all joining him in Undeath. What does that even mean? And who is the person he keeps saying is waking up? He kind of touches his forehead. I don't know. Why Murdoch? Why kill Murdoch? It just doesn't make any sense.
I think Murdoch had something.
But what? What could he have had?
Maybe he uncovered something in the scrapyard?
Yeah,
Possibly.
I don't know.
Didn't Rachel mention
Yeah.
that her
Rachel
father had
mentioned
something special, something big?
Yeah, she
Show
did.
her.
Come to think of it, it's like, but he never told us what it was. He didn't tell me. I don't know if that has something to do with it, or if it's just, a side, show. I don't know. What I do know, and he looks at all of you kind of straight in the eyes, that it's a fool's errand to go traipsing about the ash haunts, just to go and try to find a necromancer that may or may not be there. You think he's just gonna pop up and say, "Ooh, I'm the necromancer. Here I am"? No, he's not gonna do that.
No,
Well,
but we can
you're not
get his
gonna-
attention by attacking his personal location.
But like I said,
Well, we're not going there just to uncover him immediately. We're just gonna try to scout out the area, see if there's any clues of inhabitants skulking around there. You know,
he
just
looks
to
at
see.
you straight, Loyal, says, there are lots of undead. There's no doubt about that. People who skirt by, or for whatever reason, we occasionally send people to check. There are lots of undead. Always has been since the place burnt down. I mean, you do what you want to, but I'd hate to have to bury more friends. You can see it on his face that he wants to do something. He wants to get out there and try to, but he's also very reticent about the ash haunts in general.
So what do you got
no.
planned, friend? What's your next step?
He's like, I'm working on something. I think I've got some people interested, but I'm not ready to tell you about it yet. But when I'm finished, I think all of you are gonna like it.
Oh, that reminds me of something. While we were in the Endless Caves, we met up with a strange group of people living there. One of the inhabitants of the cave said that we were a cult of some sort. Do you think they might be involved with the attacks in any
The
manner?
line between cultist and necromancy has always been a very thin line. It might be a good lead.
So,
Perhaps you should go and check out whatever those cults. You said there was cults in the cave that you went into?
Well, just one cult and a very nice witch lady, which wanted us to get rid of the cultists.
He looks at you kind of funny, and just to be clear, she didn't want you to get rid of the cultists. She wanted you to get rid of the
bandits.
The bandits.
She
She got rid of the
Oh,
cultists herself.
Ah, okay. My bad. I thought the bandits were the cultists.
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, then never mind. Then I say the information that she got rid of the cultists and some bandits showed up.
She got rid of all the cultists all on her own. He gives you a scant look. He says, "Be careful with that woman. She may not be all she seems."
Presumably not, seeing as she just happened to have ingredients at hand to cure people from being turned to stone. But yeah,
Who turned to stone?
Me?
These
I raised
two
my hand.
me. We found basilisks in the Endless Caves and were stupid enough to look them in the eyes at some point and turned into stone.
Hey, don't say that. I tripped over that thing, okay?
He
I
kind of
had no control over what I looked at the time.
laughs as like, any good alchemist has a bit of basilisk blood on them just in case something like that happens. That's not uncommon.
I look over at Shane. Any good alchemist, huh?
Well, to be fair, we didn't collect any from the one we did kill.
He looks at Shane, so Shane's still learning, though. I mean,
We gotta stick him back in the cave where he can go learn from that.
He's like, I'm just more curious about how she handled an entire cult.
Maybe it was a fringe cult or something.
That's true, but I just keep my eye. I would be wary about women who dwell in caves by themselves.
I don't know. It's kind of hot.
God.
He gives you a look and says, yeah, gorgeous, attractive women who live in caves by themselves. You should really be suspicious of those. He kind of gives you a friendly pat on your shoulder. He's like, what else did you find in those caves, by the way? I'm curious to hear about your exploration.
Oh, we found a fungi civilization. Myconids, they call themselves.
Myconids? They sound vaguely familiar. I've never seen one, but when I was younger, I did some traveling, some adventuring. May have encountered a myconid or two, and may have encountered somebody or two who knew what myconids were. Discussions, things like that. What were they like?
Very friendly.
Telepathic. Not
They,
very
they,
friendly.
seem, they seem to be of telepathic and empathic nature, communicating via sharing their thoughts and emotions, and also reading our emotions and thoughts. Not in a very intrusive way, of course. Only what we gave them.
It's also
They
a
were-
very good. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I was gonna add that's also a very good. They don't let anyone with impure intentions enter their little abode.
He's like, he shakes his head and says, yes, from what I recall, they are non-violent. They try to seek some sort of plant enlightenment. And then he says, it's kind of like,
Very fascinating.
druids, and he looks at you, Ravona,
Yes.
can commune with plants. So
Yes, that's correct.
It appears to me that the plants have also, in some cases, the myconids, learned to communicate back.
It seems they've evolved that way. Yes, they are very fascinating, very beautiful, and she goes on, very very awesome.
He just kind of nods and smiles.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
god.
just- it's the most interesting thing I've seen in years.
Huh. Well, I'll have to go down into that cave and see that for myself. Sounds like an adventure.
Not without people to protect you, though, because Cyclops was not very friendly.
Whoa! Cyclops?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we stumbled into his little pasture thingy. Almost got us killed.
You encountered a Cyclops? And he
Yes,
looks
we
at you
did.
incredulously. I'm surprised we're talking.
To tell the truth, me too.
We did almost not make it. Like, escape from
Please
him.
tell me
It
you just
was-
ran away and that
Yeah.
it was just a mistake and
Yeah,
Well, we ran away, but there was also the fact that we had to climb to get away. And it was like 100-foot tall wall. It was
We
very
definitely ruined
tense.
his. We also definitely ruined his sheep.
Oh,
he might
no.
be a little bit angry at us.
Oh no! And
It's a Cyclops, man.
I tried to talk to him. I
and
talked to him, but he didn't. He just wanted to.
you see
kill us.
Arthur just kind of cradle his hands. He's like, "You could not have made a worse enemy right now than a Cyclops." Oh,
How about
God.
the
It's not like-
necromancer?
Well, it's not like he's gonna exit a cave and go after us.
It's true. Cyclops tend to normally stay in the caves, but if you plan to go back to the cave, he may cause.
We deck him in the schnoz.
I hope so. He kind of gives you a worried look. He says, though, if you're going to follow this lead on this cult, you might have to go back to the caves anyway.
That's true.
Well, maybe
we should definitely
Well, we
talk
did-
to
We did
To-
mark.
Depressé about it. But we
Yeah,
did
that's true.
We
We did-
there are warnings about the Cyclops' dwellings now, so we know where to avoid.
I will
That
be
is,
sure to
if he
look
doesn't
for
move
those if
around.
I ever go in there. He smiles. So how did you get a pass? You said you actually climbed down an underground like plateau to get to him. I'm sorry, I haven't done as much spelunking as I have wanted to.
Well, Screw here had a bright idea to try the pen he was keeping his sheep at. And so they just started running around and blocking his path towards us. And
He looks at Screw and goes, brilliant and foolish all at the same time. Continue.
They are really, really big sheep.
Then Ravonna turned into a giant and carried Screw on her back.
That's smart.
I had Nino here help me climb up, and I think Shane used a rope.
Well, you guys are you're just lucky that you got out. And wow, I can't say that one of the few things in the life that there's some things I regret in life, but one of them is not angering a Cyclops.
Well, sometimes life just throws some curveballs at you.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, it does.
I am just sad that I couldn't talk it out with him. I was able. Sorry, out of character. What was the other giant creature that I talked
The
to?
ogre. You talked to the ogre.
Ogre, yes. So, yeah, I was just sad I couldn't talk it out with him. The ogre I spoke to was much more amenable.
He smiles. Says ogres are more. What's the word? Ogres are more curious. Cyclopses are more foolish. If you say the wrong thing and do the wrong thing, a Cyclops will be on top of you very
I know,
quickly. They don't have very high temperaments. Ogres are just slow and stupid. Cyclops aren't stupid, they're just foolish. They're not wise creatures, put it that way. But I am glad that all of you made it out alive, so...
Nothing like a
We are
Cyclops is gonna keep us down.
So you went to... Why were you going to visit the mushrooms anyway? Like, what were you there for?
We were looking for some rare herbs that only grow deep within the
yes.
caves.
I've heard about those.
We did find them. However, the Myconids are currently using these herbs to cure some of their fellow companions from some sort of sludge infection that spread all the way underground into their water source.
Sludge infection? What do you mean? Like our sludge?
Yes, they have a water source, some sort of underwater lake, and when we went to inspect it, there was it almost looked like the sludge pond. There was so much sludge in there, and funnily enough, she kind of like she doesn't look like she's joking, but yeah, she. Just funnily enough, there was a sludge-covered creatures and other like ooze type creatures attacking us. It was pretty intense.
Oh yeah, it was
Both-
a giant
both-
black ooze.
yeah.
And
Both
some
Screw and
small-
I almost lost our lives down there.
That was not pleasant.
I've heard of
It was not
oozes.
pleasant.
I've heard of oozes, and I've heard of oozes like that one. It's very curious that it would come out of the sludge.
Yeah,
This is
they
rather
all
disturbing.
wanted to snap on Screw like he was.
Yeah, they seem to prefer metal over anything else.
You don't,
Yeah.
you're a powerful alchemist. You got anything that would make my metal taste not tasty?
Curious. I mean, oozes typically will eat whatever's in its path, but the fact that it chose you out as metal. I'll have to think about that.
Path.
Yeah, well, you were, yeah, but I'll have to think about that some more. The fact that the sludge is entering the groundwater is not a good thing. Not at all.
The sludge has been dampening magic all over already, but
I don't know if the sludge is dampening magic. I do know that the sludge was found to help with the lack that magic has suddenly given up on us for. But I don't know about dampening.
Okay,
magic.
but now the sludge is also negatively affecting tribes like the Myconids. It's only a matter of time until this spreads to my tribe as well. I need to find out what's happening.
That's why you came here, isn't it? To try to
Correct.
figure out what this is doing. Well, I will definitely be thinking about all the stuff that you guys have told me, and this is all very interesting. And he writes down a few notes, and then he says, "But the next step for you guys, and this is my advice to you, is to go and follow that cult lead, and avoid the Cyclops, obviously, but follow the cult lead and see where that goes."
Okay.
I would not recommend just running into the ash haunts for no reason. Not a good idea. Let's be definitive before we go and make such a potentially suicidal step.
Whatever you say, Mom.
You can. I mean, you can go if you want, but I'm just giving you my advice.
Y'all cut off. What did Arthur say?
He said that he would rather you take a deep breath before going into the ash haunts, and he saw it as a suicidal step without more information.
I think it was something along the lines of, "Don't do that, you idiot."
He was nicer about it, but yeah, kind of.
Well, I think what we can do for now is, as Arthur suggested, we can look further into this cult. We can also speak a little bit further with Rachel once she's calmed down, maybe tomorrow or a few days later, about this surprise that Murdoch had for her. I still believe that the undead attacked the scrapyard and attacked Murdoch in specific because of whatever he has found. I think we should look into that as well.
It's up to you. You heard me. I'll see you guys around. I gotta finish cleaning up, and get ready for tomorrow.
Of course.
Well, if we're planning on going back into that cave, we should prepare some sort of escape or alternate routes for in case the Cyclops comes out and finds us in the cave.
Well, I could always scout ahead and try to see the Cyclops.
And if he sees you?
Then I run like hell.
What if you eat a boulder to the face?
Well, guys, I'm saying that I can scout ahead. I'm not saying it's a flawless plan. I'm just saying that I can do that.
If you die, can I eat the monkey?
You think Ravona
No.
would let you?
Yeah, she's lifting her hand again at your armor and like wiggles her fingers and goes, "No."
If I die, Nino becomes her companion.
Aw.
All right, so you guys, if you don't mind, I'm gonna fast forward the time a little bit.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So you guys prepare for your next expedition into the cave, obviously. So you take some time to rest because it's been a tough few weeks or so. So you take a little bit of time, catch your breath a bit, and you fast forward to ban 16. Shane.
Oh shit.
Shane, do you go?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
I'm gonna go.
All right.
Where's he going? What's happening?
All right, so Shane.
Oh!
I'm heading out to Lakeside.
All right, so you guys,
That's all I'm gonna tell you.
you guys roll a perception check.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm telling them. I'm heading
Oh,
out
you.
to
Oh,
Lakeside.
yeah. Okay. So yeah. So Shane says,
Why?
"I've got some errands to run."
Okay, should we
What
roll
errands?
insight, or do we just not suspect
It's up
Shane
to
of
Shane.
lying?
What the Shane wants to do.
I'm gonna be vague about it.
Yeah, Shane's just being
I'm
vague.
heading out to Lakeside.
Yeah.
Okay, so
What's
I don't
wrong?
think we'd have like a reason to suspect Shane, so no insight check.
You're not my mom. I can go where I want.
But Nino is suspicious of Shane because Shane has been treating him badly, and
No, I mean-
he's
After that, you're not my mom comment? Yeah.
I didn't actually do
No,
that.
No,
Yeah.
that was out of
out of
character.
That's fine.
character.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Nino looks up at Shane.
Shrugs.
He's going. He waves at him.
Okay.
Still don't know what you said.
I guess-
But goodbye.
I guess Nulara is gonna spend the day unless something happens, or the last couple of days. I think we left off at 11th, and now we're on the 16th.
We are on the 16th. Yes. Mhm.
Yeah, so Nulara spent the last 5 days sitting down with Nuno, using her speak with animals spell to
Nino.
try and with Nino, yeah, trying to teach him some sign language, like the basic stuff, like I don't know.
Well,
basic commands.
does Ravona know sign language?
Does
Well, not sign language, like our
Teach
American or
monkey
British
druidic.
sign language.
more associating
well, you
words
don't
with
understand.
signal. Yeah. More
Yeah,
like yeah. I get what
like
you're
if we command him like come here or stay or go there or something like that, like the basic stuff.
Boy, Dad.
Okay, so all the things that Loyal can.
Yeah,
uh,
you can do that, but we can't.
yeah.
Or at
Okay.
least the others can't.
All right. So Nino, give Nino an intelligence check.
Hooray for Nino's 6 intelligence instead of like 2.
Yeah, does it help that I'm communicating properly
Sure.
with him?
Sure, we'll give you since you're a druid, we'll give you advantage on that.
Yeah.
All right. So intelligence check.
Oh my
Nope.
god.
Yeah, you're trying, but it's kind of frustrating because Nino kind of at one point
He's
just
not-
throws
Nino
up his
is more
hands.
Yeah,
Nino is
he's more
not
interested in stealing food right now.
That's
You're
okay.
trying to speak to him, and he's like, "No, I want to look for food."
I mean, he gets this close to throwing poop at you. I mean, like he's that frustrated with how the sessions are going.
Well, Ravona doesn't want to frustrate him to throw poop at her. So as soon as she notices that it's not going anywhere for now, she's probably gonna stop and just give him some fruit or something and say, "Good boy."
Okay. Anybody
But,
else
yeah.
want to do anything during those days before we? What is?
Screw would probably
Um,
spend the 5 days
on.
going back to the scrapyard and
Yeah.
helping Durin, helping Rachel, and
Yeah.
just in general hanging out there because it's probably where he'd end up anyway.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Loyal's gonna do. He used to hunt for Murdoch, and he's gonna continue to hunt. But
Yeah.
now for Rachel.
Okay. Alright, so you guys go ahead and do those things. Shane.
Yep.
So, you approach. It's a bit of a walk from where you live to Lakeside, but eventually you get there. And as you approach, you see that there is a guard standing outside of the establishment in the back. So what do? He's just standing there nonchalantly with his arms folded.
I'm gonna walk past him.
He's like, "Whoa, where are you going?"
Just right here.
He's like, "Why won't you give me your heart?"
Already belongs to the sea.
Follow me. So he opens the door. So the guard leads you to a room where, as you enter, you see Carmosa sitting at a table smoking a pipe.
You cut off.
Oh, the guard leads you to a room where you see Carmosa sitting at a table smoking a pipe. He looks up and eyes you under his feathery hat and says, "Ah, at last. It's good yet to join me, Shane. It's good of you to come. We have much to discuss. Please, take a seat." What do you do, Shane?
I prefer to stand, friend.
Fair enough. You always did have a certain spine to you. I liked it.
Yes, I do have a spine. Thank you for noticing.
I know you'd be wondering what you're here. It's been a while, my young friend. It's good to see your face. He pauses. I wish that this were a social call, but I'm afraid I would be lying to you if I said it was. He eyes you carefully before proceeding. Do you have any questions then? He smiles, continuing to smoke his pipe.
What do you need me for?
Other than that. Come on, aren't you interested in what's been going on in my life? What's been happening?
What's been going on in your life?
I'm kidding, Shane. I know that you wouldn't have been here if I hadn't called. And I'm glad you came. Because Envier be dead, Shane. Someone choked him with his own bed sheets. His bed whores for the evening left him for less than 5 minutes. And they came back to his corpse. The gang of 5 now be the gang of 4. No one is sure yet who killed the bastard, but one thing is for certain. We must have a 5th member to sit on the council. He pauses, sitting back for you to take it in. Javier, by the way, Shane, is the one that had you expelled because he blamed you for the death of another gang of 5, even though it really wasn't your fault. You took the fall for the incident, and so he had you thrown out.
You really think the rest of the gang of 4 is gonna want me back?
Well, it was Anvier who banished you, Shane. Now that he be dead, you may return. And not only can you return, you may also be nominated to take the old geezer's place. That's why I asked you here today, Shane. I would like to nominate you to take Anvier's place on the Council of 5. The winds be changing, Shane. The surface is in turmoil and on the brink of revolution. Necromancy has returned after 500 years. The arcane arts are dying and dwindling as sludge replaces it as our means of fuel. Mercenaries have begun arriving from the surface. Oh yes, you didn't notice that, did you? Under the command of this Erland. The end of the world be upon us, Shane. And I'm not going to sit in this shithole waiting for it to do so. The time has come, Shane, my boy, for us to return the Hoarders from a bunch of scumbags into an army. It'll be time for us to blow out of the refuge like a cannonball on the side of a frigate. Together, we can do everything you always dreamed about. The Hoarders, a force for good. What do you say, Shane? He puffs his pipe, sitting back to hear your response.
Nobody's going to follow me.
Let me tell you a story, Shane. The Hoarders came about from force of will. We were amongst a group of people who were thrown into the refuge, left here to rot by the upper echelons of Twilight who could care less about us. We won out by strength and force of will. Yes, there was brutality and people died, and I know that innocents suffered, and I know you don't like that. I'm not particularly fond of it myself. But it happened, and we came out on top because of strength.
And through extorting people.
Not at first. At first, we were just the strongest. Yes, we killed people and it was a mess. I agree. So what? It happens. When I was young, I did all sorts of foolish, red-blooded things. But Shane, I've watched as we've deteriorated into thugs. Ruthless pieces of garbage. We don't even kill people anymore. We have no strength. And you know why? Because we were never meant to be barbarians. We were meant to be something more. Something what you talked about when you came down here. You know, at first I didn't think much of it. I was like, whatever. Stupid Isambard thinks he can tell us how to live and who to be. But I started to watch you. And you're not just somebody who talks about doing good. You're someone of strength and resolve. That's what we need, Shane. The Gang of Five will be meeting in a week, and all the champions of each one will be chosen. You don't have to accept, but I ask that you consider our future. Your future. Futgarik is going to nominate Fergus, and he takes a bit of his pipe. He wants to return to our early days of brutality and wanton violence. He be slightly sick in the head. The time of our barbarity is be over. If we want to have a part in the future of this damn city, 6 days, Shane, then I want you to meet me here and tell me your decision. It was good to see you again. May the winds always fill your sails. Remember, if you don't take it, Fergus will. And we all know what will happen to the Hoarders and to the refuge if Fergus sits on the Council of Five. He smiles, begins smoking his pipe, and then 2 guards appear out of the corner to escort you out. Your audience is over. You have a lot to consider.
That I do.
So, Shane eventually returns. I would need everybody to give me insight checks. Not Shane. Everybody but Shane.
No. We insight from miles away.
No, once he returns.
I insight myself.
Yeah, he returns eventually, is what I'm trying to say. Ravona and Loyal.
Ravona is busy playing with Nino.
Screw, you've known Shane a little longer than they have, and you can tell something's up. He's thinking about something.
Interesting. Well, this is before he left for Lake Town, or
No, this is after he comes back.
oh
Yeah.
This is I'm back.
I guess being the friendly, talkative automaton that I am, I'll approach him and ask him something on your mind. You seem distracted.
Yeah. That was one of my old buddies. Wanted to talk to me. And he showed some news.
Good news or bad news?
Life-changing news.
Is this something you wish to share, or
I think I have to become one of the leaders of the Hoarders.
You what? Ramona's head whips around.
What?
You what?
The Hoarders? Sheen, you're the one that said I shouldn't join. Why are you going back to them?
The Hoarders are led by a group of 5 people. One of them just died.
They want you to take his place.
They want me to take his place. Or they're gonna put Fergus in charge.
Oh no.
Ooh. Yeah.
As much as I dislike the Hoarders and what they're doing in the refuse here, putting Fergus in a position of power within the Hoarders would make things dramatically worse.
Dramatically worse. That is an understatement. Fergus would burn the whole Skid Row down, and then he'd go to the furnace, and then he'd burn the square down just for funsies. That guy's a maniac.
Over the next 5 minutes, Loyal names every place inside of the refuge and says, "We're gonna kill that, burn this down."
Honestly, considering they're
And then he'd take my pet rock!
considering they're planning to put Fergus in that position, I say we back Shane, and if nothing else, Shane can at least attempt some sort of control among the Hoarders.
Yeah, Ramona sits there and does her rubs her chin thinker position and goes, as much as I dislike the idea,
He can hopefully
there
change
could
them
be
from the
merits.
inside.
Even if Shane can't change them for now, he can still get inside information.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What do you think, Shane?
I mean, I think I have to do it.
You don't have to do it, Shane. But I think you, a person who wants to help the people of the refuse, and if Fergus gets put in charge or
The
gets to
Hoarders aren't
take-
all bad people, but Fergus will make them.
exactly, if Fergus gets put up to be one of the 5, things are going to get worse.
Yeah. Well, if things are like that, Shane, I hope you can do your best.
No pressure.
Well, is this it for the people that live here in what's the name of the place again? Out of character. It's Hope Hovel.
Yeah.
Is this the end? Is this the end of our little Hope Hovel crew?
I
sure
doubt
hope
it.
not.
I won't let that happen.
Shane may or may not, depending on how things go, gain a position of power doesn't mean he has to live with them. Doesn't mean he has to abandon his place here. Even if he is some way or another forced to reside with the people there. We
I'll
would
always know
still
where our
be-
mailbox is.
I mean, we would.
Screw
we
makes
would
a
still.
note to pick up and move the mailbox.
That's true.
Oh jeez.
I doubt they'd let us. The Hoarders would let us like move in with one of their leaders.
Yeah.
Just like that. So.
I don't
I
think they'd like us to interfere too much on him.
No, but what I was asking, even if Shane was forced, in bunny ear quotes, to reside with them, we would still be able to use this place, wouldn't we,
Yeah.
Shane?
I just have to
Yeah.
give you the key to the lock.
Oh, that's nice.
You mean
Well-
one of these 7 keys?
Well,
God
Shane-
dang it, Screw.
well, Shane, you sleep and think about it for a day or two, or however long you've been given the deadline, whenever it is. Just know that we'll be there to support you, whatever you do.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thumbs up.
Did your friend tell you what killed this other leader? I mean,
I don't think he did, but I know from a memory that I definitely didn't have what happened to him.
Well, Will did say
Yeah,
that
he said he was strangled with some
was
bedsheets.
strangled.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
with some
yeah.
bedsheet.
Yes. And we even know who did it, I think.
Mm.
Mm.
Well, there was a cold opening, but we we never actually saw or like heard the name of who did it, and in character we wouldn't know any.
No.
The death of a dirty man.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that cold open, by the way.
I do them occasionally.
It's nice.
well, I mean, if Fergus is trying to get up in a place of power, he could have easily been the one that did it, and then he's like, "Hey, I'm the only one they can vote in." And it's like,
I don't
"Crap,
know,
where'd you
Fergus
come
is
from?"
not a discreet type. Assassination doesn't seem like his. He's more of the slaughter type of guy.
That doesn't mean he
Well-
doesn't have connections.
Yeah, and we know that he was not above getting somebody else to steal for him.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
wouldn't he just have somebody else murder for him?
We think he set up the tax thing with the kobolds, so
Yeah. Well, it was his initial in the paper. I'm
which is
pretty
probably
sure
the
it
most
was
he can spell.
Shane, you would know, unfortunately, that other than Anvier, every leader in the Hoarders' name starts with an F.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
Fergus did seem disappointed the day that he didn't get to everyone.
it was definitely acting suspicious and definitely knew about it.
Sure, sure.
That being said, lots of people know about things.
It's true.
Anyway, I don't think we're going to get any more done on this tonight, so...
Alright.
Think on it. If you decide to make a move as joining the Hoarders from the inside out, we'll back your play.
Well, yeah, we totally back you. And
Well, and
if you become one of the gang of 5, and you are in the position of power to kick out Fergus or exile him or something like that,
yeah, exile.
don't hesitate.
Put him into the grease pits.
I wouldn't be surprised if he challenges me to a fight to the death.
Hmm. I mean,
I better
dark.
I mean, we all know what'll happen if he tries that.
I better just start making you some armor then, shouldn't I?
It would be nice.
you better let
I'm
me
gonna make him do
take care
trash
of
can
the
armor.
trash can armor. Well,
Make
we'll
a
see.
trash can armor and make it into plate.
Trash can plate armor.
That's probably
Yeah.
the best Screw could do.
Yeah.
Go over to the scrapyard and say, hey, we need all your scrap. Let's go. Build an armor. Okay, don't mind. Right.
All right, so you
Like,
guys.
match a bunch of armor sets together, it'll look hilarious.
That look terrible.
Patchwork armor. Patchwork metal armor.
That would look terrible. All right.
Sab, you played through
Well-
the opening levels of Hellfire.
Yes.
All those mismatched armor sets the quest givers give you right there. That's what Shane will look like.
Mhm. Oh god.
Oh god.
Well, Ramona can help with heat metal and mending, so we can do something there.
That would be interesting.
Okay, yeah, let's get back into
So yeah,
character.
so you guys finish your conversation, and the next morning, are you guys ready to go out to the caves?
We got a cult to kill.
All right.
Yay.
Exterminate.
So you guys make your way back to the caves, and back to. I need to revive my old map. Bring it back. All right.
Frankenstein it.
So you make your way back to the caves, through the entrance, and you follow the tunnels around, not the way of the Cyclops. You're very careful. You see a creature here or there, but nothing that really kind of jumps out. And you arrive back at where the cult sacrifice altar is at, and you do remember from looking at it before. Screw, you did get some etchings. Yeah, you can switch spells. You do remember getting some etchings off of the altar itself. It does not appear as you guys return that the cultists have returned. So you seem to think that Depresse's word that the cultists were dealt with in some way or other seems to have held, and there's nothing new that you could see there. There is a passage to a room that is supposedly full of books that you guys have not yet gone, that lead off of that room. There's also the weird hallway that leads to the strange doorway the Myconids warned you about. Other than that, you are not. There are areas of the cave that you have not completely explored yet. What you do next is up to you. So.
Do we have at least a crude map of these caves, or are we? I mean, like left here, left there. Just
Yeah. I mean, like you would go to the areas that you've been to. You've been through most of the caves. Let me do something real quick.
Oh yeah, I assume you have a DM.
Yeah, I
This
do.
is a picture of
I
cave.
don't have a
Yes,
normal.
yes.
I think
If you want to,
Abe, weren't you taking a map? Weren't you drawing a map of some sort?
Yeah.
yeah, but it's inaccurate.
Oh, it's not accurate. Yeah.
Your MS Paint scribbles.
So you're in. Basically,
Yeah,
you.
essentially.
There were three options when you first entered the cave. One goes back towards the bandits, and what was the lair of Jabba Fofi. That was completely collapsed. The other way was back towards the den of the Cyclops. Don't listen to the DM commentary on the video. You're not supposed to do that. That's why it says in big bold letters, no players allowed.
That's why I closed it.
Okay, all
I
right.
only watched
That's why I
that
closed
until the morning.
Don't watch those.
You know what human nature is. You see something that says don't, you do it.
Anyway.
Well,
So the
at least
second-
Will doesn't post in our D&D, because I browse that a lot. I would
Yeah.
totally read stuff.
So, so the second way leads to what you assume is the Cyclops lair. You have not gone down that tunnel completely, but that's what you assume is the case. The third way leads towards Depresse's burrow, which is where the cultists supposedly gathered, the cult sacrifice altar and so forth. If you go through Depresse's burrow, it takes you back to the mountain. From the mountain, you can get to the Cyclops lair. You could also get to the Myconid village. And there's another way that you didn't go as well. You don't know what's down there.
Yeah.
Well, if we're here hunting cultists, we can go talk to Depressé and be like, hey, we heard you exterminated them last time. Is there a particular, like,
Do they have anything to do with necromancers?
Well, no, I was going to say, is there like a resurgence of them? Did you exterminate them? And where were they hiding last time? I don't know. Just digging for information because she lives there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Instead of wandering around like idiots, we go directly to the source.
Okay. You guys good with that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys go to Depressé's burrow, choosing that side off. As you approach, you look around. Give me a perception check.
All of us?
Yes.
I wasted all my good rolls.
Oh, those are really good.
There's my other
Except
dice for the night.
Screw. I don't know what universe you're in, but
I'm oblivious.
everybody else, you look around.
I forgot to give him the glowing stick, so we can't see anything.
I'm looking for
Rest of us
diamonds
just-
still.
Yeah,
Rest of us
Screw
are
is
wandering
still
around
looking for
completely
diamonds, right? You look around the hovel. She doesn't seem to be present at the moment.
Front door open.
I think you cut out there.
Cut
Yeah,
out.
you
Oh,
cut
you
out.
look around the hovel, and she doesn't seem to be present at the moment.
Cut out again.
Yeah.
She doesn't seem to be present at the moment. You there?
Huh.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Well, then we're gonna go through in then beforehand,
Okay.
and we're also gonna leave a note saying, "Hey, we passed by. You weren't here. How are things
Yeah, you can
going?"
leave notes.
Okay, so you guys leave a note. So are you gonna go up the mountain, or are you gonna go back towards the
Up the
sacrifice?
mountain.
Okay. What?
What are we doing?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you said we didn't explore the path on the left. So,
No, you didn't.
So, maybe we should explore it.
I'm up for exploring. Let's explore.
Okay.
So climb the mountain, go to the left path.
Yeah, so you guys climb up the mountain, and then you take the descending route down to the left. Okay, so here's what you encounter. Descending the steep cliffs, you find an even deeper in the cave, and you come to what appears to be appears to have been a village of some sort. It's old, very old, perhaps hundreds of years old. Examining the cliffs, you see that at some point there may have been a road leading upward, but that was either slowly weathered or catastrophically destroyed. There are old, dry corpses that appear to be slightly larger than dwarf size, caked in dirt and cobwebs. Whatever this once was, it is now desolate. What do you do?
Well, you said hundreds of years old.
Hundreds of years old.
And necromancy has been gone for 500 years.
That is true.
Maybe there's some clues in this place.
Search the place.
You also notice that there is a road that leads further on into the dark and into the deep depths of the caves, away from the village, and you can't see into it. It just keeps going and keeps going.
These are the ruins that I poked around when Shane and them were walking around. I explored some ruins over by Depressé's place. These
No,
aren't those same ruins.
you explored the cult sacrifice altar. That's where you got the engravings off the altar.
Just making sure.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys want to search the place? Give me investigation checks.
Look at Ravona.
All right.
Yeah, with my +1.
Okay.
Well, sometimes you roll nice.
Better than my +0.
Those aren't bad. Okay. So. All right. Looking around, let's see who got what. Shane, you just looking at the air. Can't seem to find a lot. However,
You mean Ravana?
Shut up.
Loyal, you come upon what appears to be a small half. It's an open chest, but half open chest. It contains 20 gold, 40 silver, and 80 copper.
Hey guys, I found some money.
Man,
We can
Alright.
split it 4 ways.
add it to the
Exactly.
party loot menu.
Yeah.
Ravona, you as you're searching around, you find what appears to be a book. Would you like to try to read it?
Yeah, I want to look at the outside first, like at the cover, assess its general,
What
like,
languages do you
yeah.
know?
I know Common, Elvish, Giant, and Druidic.
It's a language you don't recognize.
Okay.
Well, I know
I get-
Infernal and Sylvan.
Yeah,
Poor
I
Shane.
Okay,
show the others.
you pass around Screw. You notice that it's familiar but yet not familiar. It's in what appears to be dwarven script. However, this dwarvish script does not make sense like what you would see dwarven script today. It doesn't follow some of the same like language grammar rules. It's
So it's
different.
ancient dwarvish or some
right,
bastardization
some sort of
it?
archaic dwarvish. Yeah.
Okay. Can I make out any words of it, or is it?
You try to read it, but like the problem is that you get words, but like the way that they're arranged, the grammar and the syntax doesn't allow for it. It kind of hurts your head a little bit.
Fair enough.
You
I
would need
will
to sit
pocket
down
it
and kind of parse it a bit.
I won't try and do it on the fly here in Torchlight.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
take
yeah.
it. I'll take it home and study it.
Okay. Yeah.
Ancient dwarvish
So,
tome.
so Nino, however, finds this
Nino.
simple pack. And he looks inside of it, and just it looks empty.
Wait, I didn't even roll investigation for Nino.
You didn't?
It's
Yeah.
Ravona.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
me,
used the perception.
Shane.
I apologize. You're right. Screw, we'll use you instead. Screw, you
Okay.
do find like this pack, and it's open. Looking inside, you don't see anything in it.
I stick my hand inside.
Seems like a pack.
Okay, I found a bag, guys.
Maybe it's a pack of
Is it-
facts.
Is it a magic bag?
I don't know. Let me Arcana it. Arcana my magic bag.
You get a sense that this is probably not a normal bag.
Okay. Not an ordinary bag. I will add it to my pile of books, or I'll put my ordinary book, my new dwarvish tome in it.
Your ordinary bag and an ordinary book.
Well,
Ordinary book.
obviously, I didn't want to metagame and go. It's a bag of holding. But I'll pick up the ancient dwarvish tome that Ravona just gave me and put it in my small little bag.
Okay, as you put the tome in the bag, it vanishes.
Oh!
Guys, the bag ate my book.
Oh god, this is the bag of devouring. Oh god. Try to take the book back out.
bag. Give me back my book.
You put your hand in the bag, the book comes back into your hand.
This is a bag of holding, or a handy hair sack. One of the two. This is amazing.
All the fun that is I'm not metagaming a bag of holding and going, ooh, what is this magical sock?
Oh, it's a bag of holding! No way!
Die.
Found on a corpse in the ruined village of the Endless Caves.
Hey, cool.
Alright, so yeah, you pick up this bag, you put the book in, it poops, it disappears, you pick it back up, there it is. You got some sort of magical bag you're holding there.
Convenient. Thank you, magical bag. I will. Anybody need magical bag, or shall I just put my book back in it?
Let's dump
I mean, I've
everything
got
we
one or two things that I could dump in it.
like. All
Shane's
the all
just,
the
like,
things
empties
that
his
you carry
inventory.
around.
Just empty the chest into it.
I do think Shane has the most practical use for it, so I'll
Yeah,
give it to
give it to Shane.
my
Well,
book
you
back.
guys
Yes.
don't know if there's anything in it or not.
Well, we don't know
Oh.
what's in it, but we know
Oh,
what it
that's
is.
true.
Oh yeah,
Give
before
me
you
the bag. Give me the bag.
before you dump everything inside it, just pull it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, we turn it inside out.
Turn it inside out.
Turn it inside out.
Alright.
What
Just
is
I love that movie.
Go somewhere where there's lots of room. we all take a step back, and you turn the thing inside out.
Alright, so you guys go to a more open area of the ruined village, and you kind of dump turn the bag inside out. Out falls your book, and out comes a small note.
Oh,
Explosive runes.
Nope, wrong note.
what does it say?
Awkward.
Oh, in Old Elvish, I can read this.
It says, "My dear apprentice, I have endeavored to carefully hide the artifacts in my possession in places where it will not be able to be used by our enemies. We have a short amount of time, for the calamity that has befallen those who have come before us will soon fall upon us as well. There is not much time, but I fear I have less time. Thus, I have hidden these items that you may be able to find them in your time of need. All you will need to do is solve these simple riddles, and you will discover my prized possessions. The road is narrow, and the way is fraught with danger. With strength, my young apprentice. The first piece of whose touch moves more than the soul can be found upon and whoa, you're like, what is that? Among the fierce and the faithful. The second piece that brings swiftly war and peace can be found where again, weird type of code or cipher is there, are bound in eternal conflict. The third piece that gives clarity and illumines the darkness is safely stored in another cipher amidst the unending thunder. The fourth piece that conceals mysteries and silences adversaries is guarded by he who sees all and schemes in the blank. The fifth piece that is the light as a feather and hard as a gorgon has been consumed by a ravenous creature and taken to its frozen den. The sixth piece that never misses the target it intends to hit is in the castle of she who dwells in eternal night, bound to another. The seventh piece, whose blade can render armor useless, is in the possession of she who can reach far and wide over the blah blah blah. The eighth piece that brings for the very essence of beams for the very essence of arcane majesty is in the blah 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 blah, by that which holds fiery vigil over its gates. The ninth piece, that is the centerpiece that brings all together, is found in the lair of a vile fiend within blah 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 blah. The final piece, which will complete your collection, is a secret guarded by the servant of the holy in a blah 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 blah. I do not have to remind you by the means by which to pacify these guardians without them even raising alarm. I trust that you will use our mutual instrument when the time comes. Stay safe and be vigilant. Our civilization depends on it. Your master, Archimedon the Valiant, 12th of Corico, 1836.
What's the current date?
The current date is Ban 16th of 1836.
Oh, so this is fairly recent dead guy.
No, the date you don't recognize. The month you don't recognize. This is not
Not
your
our
time.
calendar.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so this is a completely different calendar.
And yet the year is still 1836.
Does the dead guy I pulled the bag off of, does he look like it could have been an elf? I mean, or is he just bones? at
It's
this
just
point?
bones,
Okay.
crumbled bones.
Well, does he look like he died this year?
Oh no.
Okay,
Oh,
so
no.
1836 is not the day that year he died. Not our 1836, at least.
Well, he speaks or he wrote about different like civilizations and doom that befell them.
Well, does it?
And he also speaks of magical pieces that seem pretty cool, to be honest.
Vestiges. Yeah.
I don't
Might be useful.
think this ruins he died in matches any of the puzzle pieces.
Maybe one of the puzzle pieces lays on the road ahead.
All right. So you puzzle over this.
Now we can look at the book and we can look at the tome. Actually, does the ancient dwarven tome was that found near the guy or was that a different?
That was in the village, not necessarily near him. They do not match. The
Well, we
handwriting
can-
does not match.
We can certainly take the tome to either Arthur or one of the who was the person who was good with languages.
Valina is Valina. That's
Yeah.
where Arthur sent the first.
Yeah, we can
No.
show Belina the tome.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, but Belina was the shepherdess Belina, right? Didn't she run off to warn her Elion people about
Yeah, she did.
necromancy
She did say
shit?
she was going to warn the Order of Unyielding Light.
Okay, well,
But but again, there are means of communication that some people have. So she may not have actually physically left to go and do that. All right. So that's what you discovered inside of this ruined village. Other than that, there's only the road that goes deeper into the caves.
Well, no clue of necromancy, but totally a clue about ruined civilization. This doesn't seem like a good omen at all.
Nah. There's worse things we can find in here, like a cyclops.
You do speak wisdom sometimes, Screw. You do speak wisdom sometimes.
I try.
All right.
Not usually.
That only leaves, from what you're aware of, the tome room in the cult, that's off the cult sanctuary, and the strange doorway that the Myconids mentioned.
Do we just want to rename the party loot our bag of holding?
Yeah,
yeah, we can do that.
that sounds appropriate.
By the way, did you add the 20 gold, 40 silver, blah blah to?
I didn't.
Oh.
I figured
Oh,
you
let's just split it to our personal things. The thing is so easy to split. It's like 5 gold for each, 10 silver for each, and 20 copper for each.
I try to keep it simple.
It's so clear cut. It's obviously the DM had a hand in it.
All right. So,
Okay.
So we're taking five gold money.
So I guess
10
you guys
silver and 20 copper.
climb back up.
So we're not going to the road ahead. You're saving life for later. Okay.
Are you? I mean, that's up to you.
Whoops.
Well, what does Shane think?
Shovel.
Shane has a shovel. That's what he thinks, apparently. I think we can press on.
You gotta keep going.
Yeah, let's keep going. It's
Why
not like
not?
we're We're like
Okay.
at full health with all spells and Nino. We're good.
How much time have we spent down here so far?
You probably spent maybe 3 or 4 hours so far.
Oh yeah, we can keep going. Let's keep going.
Yeah, we don't
why
get
not?
many time constraints
Okay,
nowadays.
I was not anticipating this. All right, so you guys, okay, so you guys start walking towards down this road, and this road, like it actually looks like a road, as if at one point it there was organization or structure. You guys are citizens, well, maybe not Ravona, but those of you who are civilized are citizens of the Indosian Empire, and you know that the Indosian Empire, built some pretty decent means of travel, even before magic became the primary means of travel from one place to the other. And so you're kind of impressed with these underground but very ancient roads, and you just keep walking and walking and walking, and it seems to go on, and occasionally there's some sort of marker that has the kind of dwarven runes screw that you saw on the book, marking along the way. So you guys walk.
I'm gonna try to take a rubbing of those as we
Okay,
pass them.
go ahead. Yeah, you take a rubbing of the runes on the marker, and you guys walk for 30 minutes, 45
Is it like just a
minutes.
straight path, or
Yeah, it's
like
straight walk further into the caves. 45 minutes, an hour in, the road just keeps going and going. An hour and 15 minutes, an hour and 30 minutes, an hour and 45 minutes.
Okay.
And then-
Shane marks the wall to make sure that we're not in a repeating loop.
Okay, yeah, okay. So then
This makes me wish I had wheels.
and then there's 2 hours, and then you keep going and going, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. Then about the 6th
Whoa.
hour, if you keep going, at the
We
6th
stopped
hour,
at the snack break.
yeah, it's a snack break. At about the 6th hour, you come out of the road and you look in almost. It's a mixture of horror and wonder as this city appears. Magnificent, broken, ruins. It's just destruction mixed with elegance. It is glorious to behold, and there's hues from from several different magical objects of a small purple color. There's a vast gateway that is the opening that leads to this city. Its gates have been broken long ago, and it is just awe-inspiringly large. And everyone give me a perception check.
Materials unholy excrement.
Perception.
So you guys look up, look around, and you're just awed. And in a minute, you catch your eyes on something at the top of the gate. What appears to be a very large creature, or statue, or something. It appears to have the form of some sort of very large reptile, but doesn't have any skin. And there are ribs going down the side. It appears to be almost like the statue of the corpse. And it's sitting there, and it just kind of, it doesn't move. And as you guys come into the view of the city, as you watch, all of a sudden its head moves.
Ew.
And its eyes open, and there is a purple light that comes out of it. Its mouth opens, and a purple plume a fire kind of comes out of its mouth. Bones for wings unfurl as you look into the face of a Dracolich.
Time to run the other way.
And that's where we're ending the session for today.
I think we can take it.
Oh.
That seems
yes.
easy.
I think we found the necromancer. Time to go this way.
Oh
Ooh, no.
no! Oh no! No!
No, it's right.
We got it.
I got this.
It's only a CR 17, right?
Yeah, we're totally. If we can run, we're running. I don't care if we get 1 point of exhaustion once we get back.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. We'll have one more episode next week, and then we'll have a break in between. Again, thanks from all of us for watching. We'll see you next time.